NASCAR stands for National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. NASCAR is the most watched, most widely followed, and most loved auto racing series in the USA. Thousands of people go to watch NASCAR races, and millions more watch in their homes, as the best drivers in the country go head-to-head in the season that really sets your pulse racing. The history of NASCAR in itself is so unique and one of a kind. NASCAR wants to encourage more minority involvement in racing. This would help them reach the huge portion of the population that has not yet embraced the sport. NASCAR is making an effort to attract more women. It has been an uphill battle, but the cause is worthwhile. Diversity of all kinds in NASCAR would help keep the sport healthy and growing. NASCAR has been more than just a professional sport for almost 60 years running in the United States of America. People have been racing stock cars long before NASCAR was invented. After NASCAR was invented, they were focusing more on getting children more interested in NASCAR so they could have more people for the next generation to race when the time comes. In 1935, William France moved to Daytona Beach to escape the Great Depression. There had been a race at Daytona where people had brought convertibles and other sports cars to see who had the fastest cars. After that, William began running the course in 1938 and had started recruiting drivers. William France is credited for inventing NASCAR on February 21st in 1948. The Daytona 500 race is made up of 200 laps. Nearly 200,000 people attend each year. The Daytona 500 is the biggest event in the sport, and the first Daytona 500 race was in 1959. In the early 1920s and 1930s, Daytona Beach became known as the place to set world land speed records. By the time Jeff Gordon was 16, he became the USAC's youngest driver. His first career cup race was in 1994. Jeff has 64 career cup wins and 46 career cup poles. In his 15 years, Jeff has had more than 600 victories. Dale Earnhardt Sr. is one of the most famous NASCAR drivers. Earnhardt was known for his competitive instincts and hard driving style. He has had 76 career wins. Earnhardt Sr. won Daytona 500 in 1998. 3 years later, in 2001, he was killed in a crash on the final lap of the same race. Richard Petty, also known as the King, is a former NASCAR Winston Cup Series driver. He is considered the greatest NASCAR driver of all time. He has won the NASCAR championship 7 times. Richard Petty has won 200 races during his career, including the Daytona 500 7 times. In the 1967 season, he has won 10 races alone. He had 1,185 starts and collected 127 pole positions and over 700 top 10 finishes, which included 513 consecutive starts from 1971 to 1989. In the vehicles, the seats are what hold the key of life and death in NASCAR drivers. It has special seat belts that wrap tightly around the driver's ribs and shoulders. To make sure the vehicles are safe, it takes many engineers, designers, and mechanics to make sure they are ready before they get on the tracks. Driver safety became even more important in the spotlight after Dale Earnhardt Sr. died in 2001. NASCAR officials began looking at ways to increase safety. The vehicle itself is a safety equipment for the drivers. The body of the car has a strong body of metal tubing enclosing and thin metal sheeting.